the big magical war,
and the deep dive into Chicago's magical dark side. Each one kind of... Welcome back to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're diving into the Dresden Files Omnibus Volume 2.
Right. This one collects 3 comic series: Ghoul, Goblin, War Cry, and Downtown. All official Dresden Files stuff.
Yeah, expanding on Harry Dresden's world, you know, Chicago's go-to wizard PI. And our mission today really is just to pull out the main story threads, give you a feel for the kind of supernatural challenges Harry's up against in these comics.
Exactly. See what the visual format adds, how these specific stories fit in. All right, so first up in the collection is Ghoul, Goblin.
Ghoul, Goblin. Okay, so this one puts Harry in a small town, right? Investigating some kind of mysterious curse. Sounds pretty classic Dresden.
It is, yeah. You get that localized problem vibe, but then, you know, it starts pulling back layers. Dark secrets in the town. And I think what's interesting is seeing that contrast visually, the sort of everyday small town look, right next to some really, like, unsettling magic and creatures. How do you think seeing it rather than reading it changes that feeling?
That's a good point. It probably makes it feel more immediate, more real, maybe. You're not just imagining the ghoul or the goblin. You're seeing Cooper's art bring it to life.
Yeah, it makes the threat feel more tangible.
Definitely. Okay, so after that contained mystery, we get War Cry. Sounds like, well, a big step up in scale.
Oh, absolutely. If Ghoul Goblin is like a localized outbreak, War Cry is full-blown conflict. You've got rival magical factions going at it.
Wow. Okay.
And Harry's kind of stuck in the middle, so it's less about just solving a mystery and more about navigating this really complex situation. Alliances, betrayals, open magical warfare.
Right, so Tess's magic, sure, but also his relationships, who his allies really are.
Exactly. The visual scale of that kind of conflict must be pretty striking in the comic format.
It really drives home the stakes, doesn't it? It's not just Harry trying to survive, it's the whole magical community, maybe.
The balance of power.
So, after that huge conflict, how does Downtown compare?
Yeah.
Does it scale back down?
It shifts focus, I'd say. Downtown takes us deep into Chicago's own supernatural underworld, like the hidden parts of the city where the magical stuff happens, the creatures hang out.
Okay, so back to Chicago proper.
Yeah. And Dresden's still playing detective, but his cases are tangled up in this dangerous hidden world, lots of gritty atmosphere, and yeah, it definitely erupts into some intense fights.
Right, so it's blending that PI noir feeling with, like, urban fantasy action.
Pretty much. That gritty, magical Chicago vibe. The art must really play a big part in setting that mood.
I bet. And we should mention, the writing is Jim Butcher working with Mark Powers.
Right, and Joseph Cooper on art. They really seem to capture that core Dresden feel, the mix of mystery, magic, action, and, you know, Harry's voice.
Yeah, these aren't just adaptations, they're extensions of the universe. New stories, adding to the lore.
Definitely develops Harry's character more, fleshes out the world he's protecting.
So for you listening, what you get with this omnibus is really 3 different flavors of Dresden adventures. You've got the small town curse.
The big magical war.
And the deep dive into Chicago's magical dark side. Each one kind of spotlights different parts of his job, the threats he faces.
And taken together, they really show the scope of what he deals with, right? He's not just a monster hunter. He's a detective, a diplomat, sometimes a soldier, trying to keep this fragile balance.
A balance most people don't even know needs keeping.
Exactly.
So, yeah, the Dresden Files Omnibus Volume 2 seems like a really solid package. Concentrated Dresden, visually brought to life.
Which kind of leaves us with a thought for you. Thinking about these stories in comic form, how does seeing the magic, the creatures, the action visually change how you perceive the Dresden Files compared to just reading the descriptions in the novels? Does it deepen it, alter it? Something to consider.
A different way to experience that world.
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about.
Grab Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files Omnibus Volume 2 by Jim Butcher, Mark Powers, now on sale for $26.95. Don't miss this chance to build good habit and achieve remarkable results. Buy now today.
Like and subscribe for more Bookhaven podcasts.